Hey guys, Marcinkin here, bringing you a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we finally have the reveal of the new Dokkan Fest that will be upcoming at the end of the week. Should be Friday morning that the banner comes out. Obviously, we've been speculating all sorts of different things. A lot of people hoping for crossover and all sorts of crazy like what if buffs and stuff like that. However, we now have the actual in-game announcement, and we can see that we are getting a new BUUHAN. So, new stage of Dokkan event coming soon. Interesting new art for BUU. Is it new or is it from the LR Super Attack animation? It's probably from the new one. The animations are out, so we're going to watch those as well. We did also get this little update. I like that they're doing this now, where they consolidate a bunch of stuff into one thing, although it is only two things. But so the new Ultimate Clash reset. We are getting a new Battlefield LR, which is Aniraza, the crazy giant guy from the Tournament of Power Universe 3. It's the character who the in LR Team Universe 7, like it's the one that they take out, right, with their combined attack that we have as a unit in the game. I don't know if they're going to post his details as well, but yeah, and then we have a new support memory boost as well. But yeah, we have the details up here, so let's go ahead and take a look at the new BUUHAN. Go through the details. There's a banner unit as well, and then of course we will go through and have a look at the animations video. So this is the BUUHAN. So he's extreme tech, and then we have his leader skill is power absorption or transformation boost, 3 key 170, and then additional 30% for artificial life forms or uncontrollable power. So interesting leader skill. Bit disappointing. Somebody in the chat said it already, I think, but very disappointing, I guess, that at this point in like 2024, still getting these Dokkan Fest leaders that are coming out that only have 2 170 categories, because that would be much better for some of these other teams as well. Like BUUHAN's on some good teams, so it'd be nice to have some extra categories, but still pretty good. And then we can see his passive, power merged with BUU. Another new unit with an incredibly long passive. Key 2, attack and defense 200%. He has guard, just guaranteed. That's good. Additional attack and defense 58% when attacking. Additional attack and defense 100% and high chance to crit for 6 turns from the start of the battle. High chance to dodge and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super starting from the 7th turn. So for the first 6 turns, you get extra stats and a high chance to crit. And then after that, you get a high chance to dodge an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super, but all while still having guard. So that's good. Additional attack and chance of performing a crit 50%, and extreme class allies key 2 and attack and defense 50% when there's another power absorption or transformation boost ally attacking in the same turn. So obviously giving a lot of support for his team, which is good. And then we have, what's this? The more HP remaining when the character receives an attack for the first time in the turn, the greater the additional defense boost received within the turn, up to 150%. So that's quite crazy. So if you've got like full HP and then he gets hit for the first time, he then gets a 150% defense raise. He already starts off with quite high stats and guard. So yeah, that could be quite crazy. Like, he could potentially be an incredibly strong slot 1 unit. And then he has an active skill, body absorption. Can be activated when all allies attacking in the same turn are power absorption or starting from the 6th turn. Creates the domain inside Majin Buu and transfers the character's consciousness inward for 3 turns. I love the fact that when domains first came out and people were speculating about like what we could see, the inside Buu was one that got mentioned quite a lot, which is quite cool. So that's becoming a thing. And then, yeah, typical BUUHAN categories that we would expect. He's obviously on demonic power, so another buff for Slug's team. He's got big bad bosses. Like, got a pretty decent link set. And then his super attack, Super Ghost Kamikaze, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and does immense damage. There's no extra slide for it. Yeah, there's no, it obviously doesn't do anything else, otherwise there'd be an extra panel. Oh no, it is there. Yeah, it's just greatly raised attack defense, does immense damage. So the domain details inside Majin Buu Power absorption or transformation boost enemies and allies attack and defense 15%. And then Majin Buu Saga enemies and allies attack and defense 15%. So that's pretty cool. 30% support to like all of the BUU characters. But transformation boost power absorption, like there's some characters that he can be run with on extreme teams that aren't anything to do with Majin Buu Saga that will still get like a decent buff from the domain. So that's cool. And then, yeah, he transforms into... So, yeah, this is like the Super Buu that appears inside Buu that they fight. That's kind of crazy. So you turn into him. It's interesting. So, obviously, the leader skill doesn't change. Demonic Maze is the passive. Key 6, attack and defense 300%. Additional 100% attack when attacking. Reduced damage received by 70%. Changes AGL key spheres to tech key spheres. Additional 40% defense when receiving an attack, and chance to crit 5% per key sphere obtained. Launches an additional super with 3 or more key spheres. Launches another additional super with 6 or more key spheres. And then launches an additional super when there's a fused fighters category enemy. So very lore appropriate. And then recovers 30% HP at the end of the turn. Yeah, his links don't appear to change, so he keeps big bad bosses, which is good, right? Because Super Buu doesn't normally have big bad bosses. So that is good. But yeah, he seems kind of crazy when you're in the domain, because not only is he getting the full buff from the domain, but he has 300% stats, 70% damage reduction, creates orbs, and then depending on how many orbs you get, gets multiple super attacks. Like that seems kind of crazy. His super attack, massively raise attack, cause immense damage. Is that high chance to stun as well? I think that carries over to here, yeah. High chance to stun. So the domain is only for 3 turns, but it means you activate the domain, you get 1 turn as the Super Buu, and then obviously the next turn around, if you keep him on rotation, you have the Super Buu, and then the domain ends. But like during those 2 turns where you're in the domain and you are this Super Buu, like he's gonna go absolutely crazy. Like he seems really, really good in the domain thing especially. So that's very cool. He seems very strong overall, even in the normal like Buhan form. He seems very, very good. Obviously he has guard and very high stats. The Buu Saga team has so much healing, because remember his buff where he gets extra defense the first time he gets hit based on how much HP you have. Even if you take a ton of damage in the turn before he comes onto the rotation, one of the big things about the BUU team is that you very often at the start of the turn get a ton of healing. And this guy, it doesn't need to be start of turn, it's when he gets hit, he then gets the defense buff based on how much HP you have. So this is one of those things where even if you ended the previous turn on low health, by the time this guy gets hit, you could potentially be on full health again, which is kind of crazy. And so then we have the banner unit is the Grand Supreme Kai. So this is interesting, because this guy, the only representation that this guy has is of an SSR that you can buy in the barbershop for green gems, that doesn't even have a TUR awakening. So that's just a bit of information. Of course, if you do end up summoning and you do pull this guy, he technically has a, I wouldn't say farmable super attack, but green gems are farmable, so I guess it is. But you can literally just go in and buy 9 copies of him for 900 green gems and get him to SA10. But is he worth it? Who knows? Let's see. I mean, you're probably not going to be summoning for him, but... So he has a Buu Saga lead for 3 key 130. His passive is key 1 up to 4 and attack and defense 50% up to 200 per superclass ally on the team. Okay, so that's fine. Self-excluded, so you need 4 other superclass units on the team. Additional attack and defense 200% when attacking, so that's pretty good. Additional defense 100% within the same turn after receiving an attack. High chance to guard. High chance. But then guards all attacks and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super when there's a Buu Saga ally in the same turn. Okay, so if he's on a Buu Saga team or has a Buu Saga ally with him, then he has guaranteed guards. That's fine. Buu Saga or Patara category allies key 1 attack and defense 40%. Additional key 1 and attack and defense 20% for characters that belong to the Realm of Gods category. So he supports Kai's and like Vegito Blue, or even like Zamasu for 60%, which is quite interesting. Additional attack 200% and guaranteed crit when there is a Margin Power category enemy. So, I mean, he seems okay. But yeah, he has a high chance to guard unless you have a BUU Saga ally on the turn with him. Which, considering he's a BUU Saga support, you probably are going to be just running him on a BUU Saga team anyway, right? So then he does have guaranteed guard. He doesn't seem particularly crazy. Someone in the chat saying Kui vibes. I mean, he seems better than Kui on paper. At least he gives support and has guard. Very high defense as well. 200% if you have the superclass allies. He has 200% defense, like 200% stat start of turn, and then gets 200% when attacking. So as a slot 3 floating support unit, he could be okay. He's only on 4 categories though: BUU Saga, Realm of Gods, Storied Figures, and Patara. His links, being a Kai unit, are a bit all over the place. He does have Cold Judgment, Godly Power, Fierce Battle. Not exactly the craziest. And then his super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Supreme damage to the enemy and seals super attacks. Pretty straightforward super attack for a support unit to have, right? Having the seal on there as well, quite nice. So he seems okay. Definitely not like top tier banner unit level, maybe. I guess we have to see his numbers and everything, because the 200% when attacking will make a pretty big difference potentially. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the animations here as well. So let's go ahead and pause the OST here. I can turn it up a bit. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Pretty bad. I mean, basic is what we'd expect for a banner unit. Alright, that's pretty cool for the Ghost Kamikaze. Interesting. So that's the domain activation. Alright, that's interesting. Alright, well, yeah, that's pretty cool. Very interesting attacks for our boy. The Supreme Kai one is decent considering, you know, he's just a random banner unit. I do quite like the this like extra effect thing at the end here. Yeah, that like grid effect is pretty cool. But yeah, the Buhan one seems pretty cool. The ghosts, this like when the ghosts like zoom forwards, looks pretty cool. And then yeah, like giant boo face. All right, so yeah, he seems pretty good. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section for the new Dokkan Fest Buhan. Interesting, more BUU Saga buffs. So definitely going to do a video speculating about like ECAs, because I want to talk about Martian Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on this guy down below in the comment section. If we go to, let me see, did they actually post anything else? Did they post anything for Anaraza? No, they just posted the animations and the card details. All right, well, there you go. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Are you hyped for Buhan? Would you be summoning? Obviously, he will be as the new, like, quote-unquote filler Dokkan Fest star. He should be a unit that has the green coins and the new pity system for these Dokkan Fest banners. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Well, how do you feel about the choice? Will you be summoning? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.